And I think we're live.
Okay, welcome
Welcome back. We just
back
yeah, we
again.
just deleted or uh deleted the entire past 25 minutes because the music is way too loud.
Classic move.
Classic move. Trying to learn by by experience,
Learning by
by
pain.
pain. Okay, I'm going to. Okay, I will try playing some music again from the Hubby collection.
The hobby
This is all stuff that I've
collection.
written myself over the past, well,
Many long
yes,
time.
for many years. I was describing in the past 25 minutes my approach to modeling buildings, and unfortunately, even if I were to republish that video, no one would be able to find to make out what I was saying in that video because the music was way too loud. So I'm gonna turn down the volume in the mixer, and then I'm going to um, you know, -60 decibels, and then I'm going to play this background music.
Not this forward
It is
music.
not foreground music. It is background music. Let's shuffle a few more times until I like what I see in the playlist. Okay.
E.
I no longer see any indication that there's even audible music. Oh, okay. -60 is not gonna change that. But okay, -50. And we are back.
Welcome back. Where'd you go?
I saw something in the chat. It said
Could it possibly be my father
I don't know.
again?
There was it said chat rate had increased. Okay, this. Okay, I do not like the look of this tower. This water tower as it originally was. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna delete everything and start all over again. Yeah.
Whoa!
Okay. So back to Magic of Voxel. This is perfect because now I can show my process. Um, so I approximate my geometry and do most of my modeling in Magic of Voxel. Um, I use other software in order to, that is FreeCAD and Blender, in order to refine my sculpts or models rather. Um, but the first step is always to approximate it in Magic of Voxel. Um, Now, what am I doing here? I'm on the roof. Uh, what I want to do. Oh, interesting. Huh. Whoops. Wrong color. I'm just gonna make that pedestal a bit for the water tower a bit
You gotta speak up.
wider. Is it? Do I need to? Oh, I thought my headset was pretty sensitive.
Not that
Mm.
sensitive.
That's good. Okay.
You're just a quiet
Yeah,
person.
I think.
Cause you're such a cutie patootie.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I'm satisfied with the geometry as it stands now. I'm going to export it to an OBJ, located in my project folder. OBJ being a very uh, universal format. I can work with it in Magic, well, not in Magical Voxel, but I can export it from Magical Voxel, import the mesh into FreeCAD, import the mesh into Blender. FreeCAD is a bit more involved in terms of dealing with meshes. You have to, the process I figured is that you have to convert the mesh into a shape and then into a solid. Oh, whoops. No. Oh, okay. All right. Good. Okay. Convert it to a solid, the shape to a solid. I don't actually understand what these steps are doing, but I've memorized the routine. So I'm still waiting. Okay, now it's a solid, and then I refine the shape of this solid. Audio is really quiet. Music's really quiet. I'm just gonna turn it up 2 decibels and hope that it doesn't drown out my voice. Like,
Ooh, decibels.
if you take a look at the audio monitor, it doesn't look like it's too loud. Like according to the mixer uh, sound level. But we really have to watch the video or the live stream to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, so now I can input the mesh and start working on it, modeling with it. Okay. All right, so back on the roof. Okay, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to excavate some gouge out some vent, some fan, some machine that I see in the reference photo. Okay, so I'm triangulating the center of each of these reference squares, the reference geometry that is, by drawing 3 lines towards the center and making them all equal, and then I remove the redundant constraint there. Why it's redundant, I'm not exactly sure. Haven't thought about it. Anywho, I found a center of each square, so now I'm creating a circle, constraining them. Okay. Now I can gouge out some holes. If anyone watches this at any point and wonders at our overlay, um, this isn't our first time streaming. Last year we started streaming sporadically, and at the time we had figured we wanted a chat window in our overlay, as well as multiple cameras built into the overlay. That's why we have 2 empty squares, right, or 2 empty boxes right now in the overlay.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
this silly Billy and forgot to replace them.
Oh, we'll fix it at some point.
That's
So now I'm using the fillet tool in order to round out some edges. No, how much do I really need to round out? As a general rule, I don't round out too much. I try to make things easy for myself because one rule with getting stuff done for me is that if I make it easy to start and easy to do, then I tend to do it at all. Whereas if it's difficult, then I think then if the task is difficult, or I make it difficult for myself, then I tend to just avoid it. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so this water tower will go here. Give it a radius like this. I'm worried about our audio being too loud again, so I'm just gonna turn it down.
You can't. People can't hear you over the mumblies.
I hope that people can hear me over my mumbling.
Well, maybe you should mumble.
Mumble less?
Yes, I know. Crazy concept
But
here.
I'm speaking about what I'm doing.
Yeah, so you speak clearly, confidently.
I don't have to like. Okay. You make a fair part. Okay, so rather than drawing a sketch on top of this, I tend to take existing faces and just extrude them, as opposed to drawing sketches on them if it's possible to avoid it. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to create an outward taper here, under 45 degrees, because then it won't require supports to print. I spent like a good 10 minutes talking about this, I think. 5 or 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes. I'm not going to do that again. I'm trying to make our streams educational, Lucky. Although I don't see who would be watching at like midnight.
I don't think anybody would be watching for educational purposes.
That's fair. Well, who knows? Because we're totally unknown to everyone, we can define ourselves as we please.
True enough.
I had the option initially to create an inward tapering extrusion. However, that didn't seem to work like I expected. So, I am going to just bevel instead. And it is dawning upon me as I learn to use Blender that a lot of these tasks that I'm doing right now would be easier to do in Blender.
Whatever could this mean? What are you implying?
It means that I am possibly making things difficult for myself. And I just spoke about how difficulty makes, you know, resistance to actually getting things done.
Mm-hmm.
So I will explore my options. Okay. However, at this very moment, I'm just focused on figuring out how to do my job effectively. Okay. I think
Think. My ears are open.
let's see what wifey is working on. Mm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's not going well.
If not,
No. As per usual. It's making me upset.
articulate your difficulties.
Angry.
Sometimes I find that describing what's going on and what I'm doing helps me think, helps me remember what I'm doing as well.
I'm not really sure what I'm doing.
Yeah, you know, it's a different style. Okay. Um, so I have two possible approaches here. I could either use bevels, or I could, you know, gouge out a roof here from using sketches. I would prefer to use the sketch method, the sketchy method, because bevels are actually not very exact. You know, a bevel, I've had difficulties in the past having my bevels meet exactly at the center. You know, having the two, if I bevel from two opposite sides, I have difficulty getting the two bevels to meet at a point in the middle. So that's why instead I just, um, you know, in this parametric software, I create a triangular prism instead. So that's one thing. Um, Now I'm just thinking how I would do the same thing in Blender. I would probably, and Wifey Tasha can correct me where I'm missing parts of the picture. I'd probably create a bevel on two opposite sides, and then I would use merge by distance in order to get the two to meet at a point.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyways, here's me doing it with parametric software, which I do prefer for this kind of stuff. Sorry to distract you, Wifey.
You're all good. I'm just starting to get
Getting
tired.
tired?
Yeah. But that's okay.
Okay, maybe we won't stream too late.
That's okay.
No, it's not.
We'll see.
Okay, so I'm gonna use an approach here that does involve beveling at the last step. Because I see that the roof that I'm modeling here is not nearly shingles uh, meeting at edges. Looks like there's like the edges are covered with core edge shingles, if you will.
Not the dreaded edge shingle.
Yeah. So to model that kind of stuff, I'm probably gonna have to. Whoops. Oh no, up to base, not through. Okay. To model that, I'll probably have to double it. Is what I'm saying. Okay. So I'll figure that out in a moment. Um, it's probably not so straightforward. I can already foresee that I'm going to have some troubles, some problems beveling. Um, because of, okay, all right, that's fine.
I haven't sent it out to followers.
No worries. Um, that's entirely up to you. I don't want to put any type of.
But you see up here, I won't.
You want to?
Yeah.
Oh, that does change
I'm
things.
just.
Okay. Well then, I encourage you to do it. That way, people can catch up.
What?
They might watch from the start. Some people.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. Okay. Maybe I put it down a bit. Yeah.
Above.
The beauty of parametric modeling. Um, if this works, then I can, I've created this rooftop, and if I want it to be taller, then all I have to do is just change a single length, the height of it, and all of those, I don't need to readjust the bevels at all or anything like that. or select points like in Blender. All I have to do is just adjust the length of the height. Um, of course, it depends on how you do your parametric modeling. Um, I tend to refer to external geometry so that when the geometry changes, when the underlying geometry changes in my sketches, it just translates right into, um, I don't hard code or set measurements. Uh, you know, uh, um, I try to avoid putting fixed numbers on things. Rather, I link them to the external geometry so that when the geometry changes, they react rather than um, rather than being stuck and fixed and as a result causing errors. Um, Now, I'm going to try something here. I'm not sure if it'll work. In fact, it's more than likely it won't work. But I do want to try beveling the top of this in order to match the reference there. So I'm going to use the chamfer tool. And if it works, then it works. If it doesn't, then I'll find out in the error log in the bottom here. Okay, so the recompute failed, but we don't yet know whether that's because the chamfer is too large of a value. We'll find that out when it processes. Okay, so good for us. The chamfer worked. As it turns out, I am able to chamfer simply, like bevel out these edges, even though these edges kind of like, you know, the face is narrow towards the outer edges. I was worried about that narrowing leading to, you know, preventing me from beveling, but it was not the case, so we are good. Now I will just increase the bevel ever so slightly. Okay, and now I am able to add tiles to the diagonals. What's up, Wimpy? No. Yeah. What? What?
Oh my god. Uh, uh, oh, it takes. This is the current. This is bigger. Current tase I'm working with. Everyone likes, but I keep thinking it could be ever so slightly better. So I keep obsessing over it like a dumb.
You are not dumb. You are just.
I'm so dumb.
You are just perfectionist. I relate.
Uh, Now I'm just going through all the versions I just sculpted. Exporting them so I can test print them. Oh.
I'm sure your followers would be interested to see this, Mikey.
Oh, I guess I'll tell them. Hey. Hula, 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 hula. LA Unger Boonger.
Unger Wunger. Okay. Is there any other geometry that I uh, need to use parametric software for? I don't think so. I've already tapered out most of my, or all of my overhangs, so this thing should print without any supports. Supports being something I avoid at all costs. Okay. Looks good. So I am going to refine the shape and then export it.
Well, I did a really bad job posting it. But that's okay. I tried to make it like a video link, but I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I don't
Go
know
to
how to do
YouTube.
that. YouTube, Yahoo, share, Twitter.
And then if you want to do it in a thread, then
No, I didn't do it. Ah, whatever.
hmm?
It's done.
Oh, it's done.
It's doing the thing.
Hmm.
Open ear. Mm.
Have you double checked that our audio is fine?
No, let me check. If the owner of this video has granted you video access,
Which
please sign
video
in.
did you share?
The live stream. I shared this. I copied the link.
Is it private or something?
Private or
It
something?
is not. Let me check.
That could be why we have don't use.
Uh, it's public.
Public. I don't know then.
Do you need a shareable link?
I guess so.
Okay, I'll send it to you in Messenger, um, which is not visible right now. Good.
Yeah.
You can take a look at that link and compare it to what you have on your Twitter right now.
Oh, I deleted the post on my Twitter since it looked weird. We'll try clicking on the link and
Okay.
see if it actually brings you to the thing.
Yep.
Okay. I guess I will copy that then. While this is exporting.
I'm just gonna stop the music so I can hear. I don't hear any music. It is a constant struggle. But that's good. Gonna play a little bit of heavy music. I just need to make sure it's the right volume. Let's hope this is it.
Apple. Let's see here.
Okay. Well, the wifey is figuring out the sharing of the live stream. I will get my building exported from the parametric modeler. Okay, next step in my process is to apply textures to the model. So if I'm satisfied now with the geometry, then I can proceed in the Blender file.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we're both working in Blender.
Yeah, so
Except,
Booden.
like he's working in Blender 3 and I'm working in Blender 4.
Yeah.
Because hubby cannot wait for new versions to become old.
You check for
Old and
updates
established.
every single day.
Pardon me?
You check for updates every single day.
Sure do.
Excitedly. Hasn't updated yet.
Yes. Doesn't my phone have an update? It's like, that's why I got myself a handy dandy phone jail. Specifically so that I don't check for updates. It is required. Okay, now what was I doing? First, I'll import. Whoops.
And right now I am just exporting all the different variations of Tay's face I've sculpted on, and then I'm going to send them to the printer and pick one of them and then draw on his face, and then we'll figure out which one looks best. And it probably won't look any better than the ones I've already done, so I'm probably wasting my time.
No.
I should really just be focusing on the body and sculpting the clothes.
So I have the opportunity before I start applying textures to review all of my geometry just to see if there's anything else I want to add or modify.
No touch. Do not touch. Don't touch the ones I've already sculpted. And try again. That's insanity, and then I will lose any sort of organization of what I've worked on, what I haven't worked on, what needs to be printed, and what does not.
You should share your naming schema for your files.
Oh, I mean, it's right on the screen.
I see it as well.
It's new to hair, cheek maybe, yes. Y-axis, shift good, mount maybe, B, sniff, little hair.
We are on opposite ends of the spectrum because my files are literally named 8. And every file is named 8. So there's
Then how are you
8.obj, 8.box, 8.fcsd, std, and
STD?
yeah, 3 CAD standard, if I'm not mistaken. And then there's the 8.blend. That is the extent of my naming because I don't. Well, it's not really a difference of opinion, it's a difference of needs. You know, I don't think, I think that if I had your needs, I too would be pretty extreme with the naming, possibly. You know, although I'd be very systematic about it, but I wouldn't have short names like this.
Well, you know, it's just if you're fretting over the tiniest of details and not sure what looks good, you have to save a lot of versions.
Yeah, it's
Export it, open, maybe up,
okay, so first things first, I need to remesh. Now that geometry is good. Okay, so you see me adding a bit of text, descriptive text now to my file names, just because, like Pasha, I sometimes do have needs, you know, things to describe, versions that actually, you know, differ in significant ways. Okay. Anyways, let's remesh this geometry. Sharp. Pasha taught me this, as well as everything I know about Blender. Okay. So I'm looking for the minimum octree depth that preserves the geometry. 8 kind of is borderline. I see pixels. So 9.
Not the big puzzle.
At this point, I don't know if my computer can handle all of this graphics load and Blender plus streaming, but we'll find out. So remesh, I will now apply the remesh. Okay. Now I need to go into modeling. Okay, now I'm gonna, to save myself some memory and all that on my computer, I'll delete the bottom of my model and work with it like that. Okay, so it's not lagging too much, so that's a good sign. Okay.
Yeah. Well, what else do you have running in the background?
Just music and streaming and my viewer, my reference viewer. All right, so this is how I approach materials. I've never had to think outside the box, outside of this box that I created for myself, because I have the benefit of building geometry, which is not very organic more often than not. Yee! Yeah, RJ!
Sokjin.
RJ.
RJ. Bam, one of them. Super cheesy.
shirts that has their name,
That
their
has
signature, and their
signature and their birthday on it.
Didn't Rose get you that?
She sure did. I
Mhm.
love it,
Mhm.
but so cheesy. Yes, I've also got these little Yungis that I was working on from last year. They're not good. They are not good. They don't look like Yungi at all. So I'm gonna be revisiting Yungi, revisit Tay,
and then I have
other figures I want to finish, and then a Gaga, a Rugga Rugga. Um, let's see. Don't say. No. I will open a previous file and sort what I just did. New face sculpt, combine tests. That's all this. So many gigs. Just 24 gigs in testing. He's got a whole heckin' bod. Here.
This is the face that I know that was
Face that I'm
somewhat good.
good.
It's a bit long.
Bit long.
Material.
Material. Studio.
It looks better when I draw the face.
I draw.
At least if I keep working with this, I know it's gonna look good. Could be better. I think I just need to make new posters. I don't know. It looks good up close and really far away, which might be a quirk of the viewing in the program because the glitchy things that happen the further away you are from when you view an object.
Mhm.
It is shiny.
Mhm.
Ooh, even shiny. Fluid. Whoa. What in
The
the
world.
world is that even good for?
Whoa, what's going on there?
This is
A kind of material that you can have it as, which helps with something.
Topology?
I don't know.
Mm.
It's hard to think of a lot of use cases for these. And now I can this this previous instance that I had open, and oh, it's me. I can minimize me And I did have a whole bunch of pictures of Tay open, but then breaker switch got flipped on our bathroom thing, so now I gotta go and find them all again. Where did I put all of my new Tay pics? My new Tay pics are here. Yes, these are the ones I was using to reference his bout, since they are not naked ever. Boom shakalaka. And then there was this one. I'm mostly making Tay for my sister, and also because Tay is pretty. And so I've got to get the bod right, because she wants him shirtless. I'm calling you out, Rose. Okay. This era of Tay where he's not but also not too skinny in an unhealthy, scary way. So there we go.
Alright, the bod
What I currently have on him.
it's
So
getting good. It's mainly a guess. And also the left side is completely different from the right side because I sculpted one arm differently than the other to see what looked better as I get back into the rhythm of sculpting people.
Aww.
what? Oh hey, Rose came in. Aw, I love you too, Rose. Sorry for calling you out the moment you showed up. Have a good night. Oh, I can't see what she's saying.
Oh, I can't.
I can't. Tell me what she's
I'm not signed in to YouTube.
Ah!
Are you okay? What happened?
Ow!
No. Are you okay?
My knuckle. I squooched it on the edge of the desk. Oh, Rose came over from Twitter. Oh, I guess. Ow. I guess people are seeing it now.
Yeah.
Oh.
No. Are you okay?
Yeah, look, it's turtle. There we are. Ow. Tay's shoulder blades are very oddly shaped from what I know from anatomical books. Oh, they're all up in his shoulder. Look at how squooched they are. It doesn't really make any sense, but I tried to make them all squoochy. But I can see that they're farther apart than what I had done, so I will fix that now.
Well, that just depends. Oh wait, but that's the exact same pose. Are you sure that's not skeleton?
Skeleton? What
Like,
do you mean?
you rigged it?
Yeah, I rigged it.
Is it because of the skeleton?
No, just the model having a